I'm Danny Watson and welcome back to The Clique, a platform to educate and inspire women to get out of their own way, create a business that they love and live life entirely on their terms. Now, alongside running The Clique, I am also a business coach for female entrepreneurs. And one of the things that crops up time and time again with the women that I work with is fear. Now, we all experience fear at some point in our lives, but it mainly crops up when we're doing something new. So when we're pursuing a new project, for example, a new business. Now, fear can raise its ugly head in many different ways. It can be a fear of things not working out. It can be a fear of not being good enough, of not being smart enough. It can be the fear of what people will think of you. It could be the fear of losing time or losing your money. There are so many different ways that fear can manifest itself. And the really sad thing is that it holds many women back from really going for what it is that they really want in life. I see so many incredible women that have amazing ideas for a business that they're super passionate about, this idea that they would like to see through, but they're just too scared of getting started. So much so that they never do. They stay stuck, they stay where they are, and they never really go all in on their dreams. I've created this 5-part video series because I want to put a stop to that. I want you to be able to crush your fears so you can then go and crush it in business. In this video series, I want to share with you some of the steps that I've taken to overcome my own fears and that have helped me get to where I am today. My first piece of advice then for crushing your fears so you can crush it in business is to write down what your worst case scenario would be if you decided to pursue that business idea. Now, it's really easy sometimes to play up our fears in our heads to be far bigger than what they actually are. We get ourselves all hot and bothered about something when really, when we write that fear down, it's actually not as scary as what it initially seems to be. So, a task for you is to write down the worst case scenario. If you started this business, what would the worst case scenario be? What could possibly happen? What's the worst thing that could go wrong? I would like you to write those things down. Now, I tend to find that when I've done this before with people, they write down one of two things. A, that they will lose money, or B, that they will lose time. So I want to address both of these points individually. Firstly, that you will lose time. Now, one of my favourite sayings is never prevent yourself from doing something because of the time it will take, because that time will pass anyway. I absolutely love this phrase because it reminds us that whatever we're going to do, whatever we're going to spend our time on, that time is going to go anyway. What would you rather do? Start working on your business now and putting in the time and energy and then look back in a few years down the line and you've already got something that's started to blossom? Or be too scared of wasting your time and then look back a few years down the line and you're still in exactly the same place with nothing to show for it? Pretty sure I know which one that I would choose. With regards to losing money, this is a natural fear when we start something new. We worry that we will invest money into our new business and then we'll lose it and we'll never make that money back. Well, I've got a newsflash for you. If you've made money in the past, you can make money again. There isn't a limited source of money that we have access to. Your capacity for earning money is actually pretty powerful. If you've made money before, you can do it again. Sure, it's not an ideal situation, but you could go back to a job. There are a million other ways to make money online. So please don't worry too much about losing money because that's something you can easily get back. Now, when you write down your worst case scenarios, write down your worst case scenarios for starting the business. But also, I want you to write down the worst case scenario if you didn't start that business. So imagine what would happen if you decided to forget about your dreams entirely, give up on the business idea, stay in that job, and just put all your dreams on hold. What would be the worst case scenario then? Think about it, write it down. Write down what your worst case scenario would be then. Now, what you may not realise is that there are two pretty bad outcomes if you don't pursue your dreams. And they're incidentally the same two worst case scenarios as if you did pursue your dreams. You could A, lose your time, and you could B, lose your money. With regards to your time, think about it. You're going to lose your time if you are spending your life doing things that you don't love. That for me seemed like an incredible waste of your time. I would much rather spend my time doing something with the hope that it would have an amazing result at the end of it, rather than wasting my time coasting along, doing the same things day in, day out, and never really pursuing my dream. Secondly, if you don't go all in on your dreams, if you don't pursue that business idea, your worst case scenario is that you are going to lose money. Now, it may seem like the safe option to stay in the job, to have the steady paycheck, but think about it. Your earnings are always going to be limited to some extent. Pursuing a business, you actually give yourself an uncapped earning potential. What you're able to earn is entirely up to you. The sky really is the limit. Now, I can't say it'll be easy, and I can't say that the money will come in straight away, but if you really commit to that business, if you really go all in, then amazing things really can happen in terms of your income. You're not going to get those same possibilities in a job. So think about it. What seems scarier now? If you think about starting that business and think about your worst case scenarios, yes, you lose your time, yes, you may lose some money, both of which you can get back, or the worst case scenario on the other foot. You waste your time doing things that you don't love. You leave a lot of money on the table because you never really get the chance to experience your fullest earning potential. And most importantly, you're left wondering what could have been. At the end of the day, you're only going to regret the chances that you didn't take. Think about how scary it would feel to look at your life in a few years from now and for you to be in exactly the same place with having nothing changed. You're doing the same job, you're earning pretty much the same money, and you have not really pushed yourself, you've not really got out of your comfort zone, and you've not really achieved anything incredible. That for me sounds pretty scary. I am far more fearful of being in that place than taking a chance on things and seeing what could have been. So, with the two situations hand in hand, which one feels the scariest to you? Which one gives you the most fear? I'm pretty sure I know which one I would choose.